Hello everybody. So if you've got me on Facebook or you're a friend of mine, you would have known that I do buy some things that require a bit of work, and how I still have a wife I do not know, how she puts up with me. But anyway, so long story short, because of lockdown and everything that's been going on, not being able to get out and do a lot, so I got involved with carp fishing again, and that's moved along to various things where it is, as you can see in the background, there is a rubber dinghy rapids, bro. But yeah, no, basically it's all gone a bit out of control, and we've gone from a rubber dinghy over to something a bit bigger. But you know, as always, I like to get a good bargain, and with a good bargain generally means you're gonna have to have a lot of work to go into it. I've had a few words with some friends of mine and said, look, you know, how do you fancy it? And the end game is like 3 or 4 mates on a boat on the river doing some lure fishing, or using this boat to get to spots that are very difficult for some river carp. So I've done my research, and I think this is going to be a key asset to my ventures. Right, so let's go with what we have here. We have the Mercury outboard. From what I can figure out, it is well, obviously it's a Thunderbolt ignition Mercury on a magneto setup, so I would assume that this engine is a 1973. I've had the top out, it looks alright inside. Let's just, you know, get these bits here. I mean, I don't know anything about outboards at all, so we'll just take this off. And yeah, I mean, everything looks well greased in there, so that's, as far as I'm concerned, I'd rather everything be well greased and corroded and knackered. Yeah. I don't really know much about outboards at all, so if anyone knows anything about a 1973 Mercury Thunderbolt ignition 50 horsepower motor, which is kind of hilarious really, because this boat is only rated for an engine for 5 to 10 horsepower. So a 50 horsepower on the back will either be a bit silly, but I have seen quite a lot of YouTubes with half cabin boats with fairly big size outboards on the back. But yeah, so we've got the engine, or the outboard engine, and then that comes with the Merc control unit, which is over there. I don't know what lever, I think the big lever does forward, reverse, and then the little one to the right. Let's have a look, see if I can get on here. Yeah, so this one here is forwards and neutral and reverse, and then I think that one's throttle, I think that's choke, start, not sure what else. Steering wheel system all works, so that's a bonus. And obviously wants a new floor cleaning out. Let me just get out the boat. And then obviously I got this from a friend. I'm not going to name any names, but yeah, like, I don't know if he wants to be named, so I'm not going to. But yeah, I got this from a friend, and it was a really good price, just not to say no. So we're going to give it a go. A few friends are up for, like I said before, giving us a go to get it done. So the top cabin is non-original. That front bit there would not have been like this originally. As you can see from these here, these were curved pillars for the front, and then you can just see, let me just take up here, just there, and then you can see that was the original contour for the roof. That would have been along there and across there. So this has gained more cabin space with this extension on the front, and it would have been done fairly well, sealed up, but it's obviously over time it got water ingress and it's rotted out, and it's you know, it needs replacing. We're unsure at the minute whether we're going to return it back to what it is. I think we'll start getting this checker plate off everything, see the condition between the top and the hull, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do with this top. I mean, everything from here on the side section sort of back is kind of, well, what would have been original insulated board, but then everything sort of up here is not. So yeah, I'm quite excited. A lot of people think like this is probably too much hassle, but for the price it was, it's definitely worth a go. So there you have it. That's the little project that we decided to sort of invest in, and whether or not it's a good idea, time will tell, but at the minute the hull looks really solid. The engine, I haven't tried it, so I don't know if it's pumping water. Don't really, like I said, you know, I've got experience with boats and barges, but it's normally a Nissan Skyline and not an actual boat, where people get that joke. So yeah, that is the current state of the boat. I've never done a boat before, not sure, but I know it's going to be woodwork, fiberglass and filler and whatnot. So if you have any tips, if you're a friend of mine or you know me, drop me a PM. I'm willing to sort of hear any advice or anything that can help me along with this. I'm being a bit ambitious. I'm saying in my head, like, if I've got the time and I can get on it, I'm saying, I mean, as long as the engine's all good and it fires up and it runs all right, without giving it any aesthetics, I reckon we can probably get the boat turned round in a few weeks. I might be wrong, but you've got to be optimistic to make these things happen, haven't you? So, who knows? Anyway, if you like what you've just seen and you want to follow my financial mistake, then give us a like and a subscribe. And this is something new for me, building an actual boat. Who knew?